Good morning. It is very early, too early on a Sunday morning. It's 7 o'clock and I am up and dressed. I even have makeup on. What is going on? I am going today to the knitting and stitching show at Ali Pally or Alexandra Palace in London, and we're driving there. I'm going to go across the bridge into Essex to pick up my friend, one of my oldest friends who I met when I was at university, Becky. She was one of my bridesmaids and she is a sewer and has recently got into crochet. So we are going to go to the knitting and stitching show together. I have never been to the knitting and stitching show. It's one of the biggest kind of crafty sewing and it's too early to talk. Crafty sewing, knitting, crochet shows that there is in the UK, and they run it a few times a year in different places. I believe London, Harrogate and somewhere else. Should have looked this up before I started talking. So I'm really excited. It's going to be something very different to what I usually go to. I usually go to the smaller yarn festivals, and I'm really excited to see what this is like. My other friend Sarah, who is also Vlogtobering, Yarnmugs, is going along today as well, so I'm hoping to bump into her. And Dan is feeling great. He didn't get up at all last night and he's looking forward to football with Phoebe today. So it looks like we're all on track for a good Sunday. So I'm going to pack up my stuff, get my trainers on, and let's go to the knitting and stitching show together. Need a wee and we can't get in. This is Becky.
Hello. Becky really needs a wee.
Yeah. We've been on a bus. We've had a very exciting morning so far and we've got a lovely view, which you probably can't see because it's too bright, but it's London. Okay, let's head into Alexandra Palace and the knitting and stitching show. I was eyeing up this crochet cardigan in front of me. In fact, I spotted a lot of crochet cardigans. This is like on another level. There's another crochet cardigan there. Every time I see the Eiffel Tower jumper sample at Orchardine Yarns, I want to make it. This yarn dye is called Strictly Hand Dyed, which is perfect for Strictly socks perhaps. It's even got dancing sheep on the label. This is Rachel John at Stream Textiles, which was quite interesting to see. She uses offcuts from the fashion industry and makes giant balls of carpet yarn as well. Something I've never seen before. Here we are at Toft. Beck is new to crochet, so we're seeing this with fresh eyes and excitement. And I actually have the octopus kit, which I must make. And Becky bought the axolotl pattern. I love this. Lobster or some kind of seafood
Of sorts. Oh no.
I absolutely loved this crochet mummy. It was such a good idea, but it must have taken so long to make those bandages. This is Hannah Bass Needlepoint. I was so happy to see this stall because I've tried needlepoint and I loved it, and I really wanted to find a nice modern kit to do a bit more. So this was perfect, and I did make a purchase, which I will show you a bit later on. We treated ourselves to a lovely piece of carrot cake each as a reward for our stamina in shopping. And then it was time to look round again. And here is Sakami Yarns, and this was such a gorgeous stall. And the guy that runs it is from Ukraine. He is now based in Edinburgh, where he dyes yarn.
He was so lovely to talk to, and editing this now, I really regret not buying this particular skein here. It was so pretty. So I may have to go online and have a little look at his stuff. This is another completely new to me dyer, Ammo Yarns. Uses a lot of neon in her dyeing, and Becky in particular really loved it. She said her children help a lot with the naming of the yarns and the choosing of the colours, and we really loved this Iron Brew inspired colourway. We thought that was really fun. In fact, Becky made her first purchase at this store.
From a little moment.
Becky is buying her first hand-dyed yarn.
Cozy Kitchen Fibres was gorgeous. It's Fiona and her husband, and it was so lovely to meet them. Fiona was absolutely wonderful. She watches my podcast, so hi Fiona, and she very kindly let me choose a skein of her yarn to take home, and I chose this beautiful one, and I already know what I'm going to do with it, so you will see it very soon on the podcast. Then it was time to stop for lunch. We just plonked ourselves on the floor because there was no seats left, which was fun because we could do a bit of people watching. And then it was back to browsing. And we stopped at Weku Yarn because I saw them at the Waltham Abbey Wool Festival in January, and I really regretted not buying some of their yarn. So I rectified that this time, and I'll show you what I bought a bit later. And this was a really clever thing. It's a needlepoint cushion made with their hand-dyed yarn by one of the other vendors. And after an absolutely wonderful day, it was time to head back over the bridge into Kent and go and catch up with my family. Oh, and to show you what I bought.
What are you watching, Dan?
I'm watching the London games of the NFL. New York Giants against the Green Bay Packers.
Am I allowed to ask? Which team do you want to win?
Oh, I don't care.
That's probably the right answer, because otherwise you're going to upset people.
Well, because there are three teams that I like. The Kansas City Chiefs, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Chicago Bears.
You have to say the Green Bay Packers as well, because Jane watches.
Well, I'm glad you like the Green
Cheesehead.
Bay Packers. My cousin's son likes the Green Bay Packers, or the Packages as he calls them when he was little. But I don't follow them. Go Packers.
Why does it smell so nice in here, Lilia?
Baking.
What are you baking?
Dolphins.
Would you like to explain what dolphins are?
A cross between a muffin and a donut.
Ooh.
That's better.
I am back home from the knitting and stitching show, and I've had a wonderful day, and Dan has had a really good day too. Football match went really well, and he has been feeling really well himself all day, so he's really happy. Before I go on, I want to say happy birthday to Darlene Watkins. It's her birthday today, so happy birthday, Darlene. I hope you're having a lovely day. And I'm going to show you what I bought at the knitting and stitching show. Oh, I should say what I got, because I didn't buy everything. There's one thing I didn't buy. So first and foremost, I saw this pretty early on. We did a round before we committed to buying anything, and it was really lovely. It's very different to shows that I've been to before, because normally I go to yarn shows, but this is lots of crafts, lots of different things, which made it really, really interesting, because you got to see lots of sewing and other crafts as well. And I tried earlier this year, as part of my Skillshare sponsorship over on my other channel, needlepoint, which I really, really enjoyed. And I made this little needlepoint thingy decoration, just using some old acrylic yarn that I had and a kids plastic embroidery thingy. It looks like the stuff you use for cross stitch, but it's plastic. There's probably a correct word for it, which I can't remember. Anyway, I bought, the whole point of that is I bought a kit, a needlepoint kit from Hannah Bass Needlepoint, and I got this one. So it says love, and she even on her website has different suggestions for how to frame your finished piece as well. So she has 4 different colour ways.
which are all shown here. And I did a lot of umming and ahhing about which one to get, and in the end I went for this one because I just thought it was such a fun colour choice, and I love the bright yellow in the background as well. And I'm really looking forward to doing this. It's a little sort of additional treat to myself, so it includes everything I need to do this, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing that. So that was one of the things I got. And then at Orchardine Yarns, she was selling some fluff, some fibre off, so it's £5 for this. It's natural mixed fibres, merino, silk, bamboo and stellina. So I've got 6 times 25 grams, so it's 150 grams in total here. And because I've been teaching myself to drop spindle, I wanted to get some fluff that I could use to do that, and that's what I did. So she had a blue version and a green, but I just like the green version because the green had some more unusual ones, like this one's got little neppy bits in it, and then one of the other ones, or 2 of the other ones, have got stellina in, so they're glittery. And I've not tried to spin with stuff like that before, so I just thought it'd be fun whilst I'm really at the very beginnings of learning. Comes in quite a cool little reclosable bag as well. So I'm looking forward to trying that. And then I've got 2 skeins of yarn as well, because, you know, we all know how much yarn I need to buy. I just can't help it. So the first one I bought was from Weku Yarn. Now I saw Weku Yarn, it's run by 2 sisters, and I saw them at the Waltham Abbey Wool Show in January, and I really regretted not buying some of their yarn. I remember editing the video I made about the day, which is on Little Drops of Wonderful, my other channel, and editing and thinking, oh, I wish I'd bought some. So I wasn't going to let that chance pass me by this time, so I got some of their Aran weight yarn, and the colour is Kiasmi Nano. Hang on, I'm going to show it to you. Here we go, that's the colourway. So, and it's 100% superwash merino, and I have got this in mind for a hat. A nice quick knit or crochet hat. Or beret, because Becky and I were talking in the car on the way home about crochet berets, and then she found a load of really cute patterns. So, could be that. But I've also got another heavier weight yarn, so I've got another Aran weight yarn here, and it's from Cozy Kitchen Fibres, who is Fiona, and her husband, who I met and had a lovely chat to. The colour is the Wildflower Fairy, and she actually gave this to me. She said that she loved my podcast and watches my videos, and that I was welcome to choose one, which was just the kindest thing. And of course I was delighted to. So I wanted to choose again a heavier weight yarn that I can use to make a delicious hat, and this was the colour in the end that really spoke to me. I saw it a few times on different weights, and I just kept coming back to it. So that is the colour that I've got to make myself a hat, which I think I'm going to put a nice white pom-pom on, or like a nice light blue pom-pom, or it might make a nice beret that me and Becky were just talking about in the car. Becky and I, sorry, terrible grammar. So that's what I bought, and I was really chuffed with it. And yeah, I've had such a lovely day. I'm absolutely exhausted. It is now coming up for 10 to 4. So at 10 to 4 in the afternoon, I am going to put my pyjamas on, because it's Sunday, and I'm going to go downstairs, and I think I'm going to play with the fluff. And actually, no, I'm not. What I'm going to do is go downstairs and edit the vlog that's going out tonight. Then I shall play with the fluff. And I think we're going to be really naughty in terms of nutrition and money, and we're going to get a takeaway. Something we very rarely do. But honestly, I cannot bring myself to cook. I cannot even bring myself to choose something that I've put in the freezer. I don't think Dan's up for it either, and I think we've had a relatively full-on stressful few days, although today has been a really good day, and I just feel like if ever there was a time to have a takeaway dinner, that time is now. And we will watch a Strictly Results show, and I will spin my fluff in my pyjamas.